this week's First Look Weekly, we explore a very unique game called Project Thea, which already looks exceptionally polished. You start by making a warband, and in this earlier version you can only choose between tech or magic. And tech will provide you with drones and mechanical units, while magic will be a more humanoid warband with spells and damaging attacks. And you can choose an alloy type to slightly increase your starting stats. The game runs in turns where you can explore the map, and you can walk from tile to tile in Heroes of Might and Magic style fashion. You can enter areas that are fully or partly explored. Each location can have multiple layers. For example, the first time you enter, you explore the outer area or talk to someone, while the second time you go in deeper or run into combat, and the third time you loot a place. And this brings unique depth, literally, and flavor to locations. There's a large amount of conversations and mini stories with lots of flavor as well. And once you're out of energy, you must rest, and the camp is even more uniquely designed in a brilliant way. Depending on your endeavors, you can choose what the camp needs to focus on. For example, healing or giving bonuses or scouting the area and even attract new minions. But all this costs supplies, so you can't go out of your way all the time. And sometimes you must fight, and each battle starts with a prediction, which may cause you to prefer auto battle. But if you want to preserve energy, best to do the battle yourself. There's also a chance to retreat, but you need to get that from a camp buff, else you are stuck until you resolve the battle. You win or lose a battle purely based on either teams losing their leader, so you want to make sure to keep that one safe. An important rule is, if you do not place a minion of your own in front of the enemy minion to block it, they will hit your leader at the end of their turn. And each character has 3 stats: attack, which pretty much flat depicts the amount of damage they will do, then health and shields, and they are grouped together, and once health runs out, the character leaves the battle. Normal attacks will first hit the shields, but you may have cards to avoid this and target the health directly. And lastly, each character brings energy, which is insanely important to win. This is because most of your cards can be upgraded or upplayed by using the scroll wheel up. This will subtract a certain number of energy from the characters currently in play. And you can play 2 actions each turn, with the exception of when you are first. These can be units, buffs for the allies or debuffs for the enemies. And your play will be to block enemies with allies that have high defense, but also try to have units with high attack on a free row so they can attack their boss directly. And usually your boss goes on the same row as the enemy boss, as your boss have most health and damage. Besides playing a card, you can also move a character 1 step, which may greatly outweigh playing a card if that means you can move a damage dealer out of harm's way or do more damage on their leader. After battle, your minions may be damaged, and resting in the camp will both restore energy and give you the option to heal. After some exploration, which you want to increase as well in the camp, more search sites can be unlocked on the map. You can also craft items and food, which will give you a unique buffs, but foods are no supplies, so beyond anything else, don't use camp actions too much to avoid running out. This will be one of the hardest things to balance. Needlessly to say, finding more minions will make you stronger, but this will also cost more camp supplies. Non-combat challenges will cause you to roll a D100, and you can improve this by adding people with matching skills in the challenge roll. This will help you avoid combat, but may cost more energy. You can level up each character you have once it gains experience through combat or skill checks, and in doing so specialize it in mainly skills checks. You can also equip items you find or craft by going to group and then right click on the portrait, and your leader can hold more items than the others depending on their rank. Now this means crafting each time you camp becomes much more important. Many skills can also increase battle outcome. Buffs can vastly change the tide, but also healing is important, especially to ensure most come out unscathed at the end of battle. A character can have up to 20 wounds and they need to be healed or they die. Same counts for not having camp supplies. The moment you have no camp supplies and they are wounded, they die. At higher level, companions can also upgrade group skills, which will help you gain more items. The immediate goal is to reach the project, so you can get new supplies, but by the time you may be down some people already. Luckily you can buy all the supplies you need there from the Tower of Commerce. You can also sell items, but best is to craft something from it first, as they are worth way more. And in the same tower you can recruit new troops. In the core development room you can build buildings to improve the project, which is essentially your town. Make sure to sell the energy shards as they need them in the core development room. You can do that there or in the Tower of Commerce. You get 1 energy shard per explored region. And in the print forge, breakthroughs can be researched. You should have some STLs already, and you can unlock a breakthrough per 5. You can then go back and find your unlocks in the core development room. You can only build one building at the same time. The town hall represents your civilians, and several advisors and the mayor will determine your council power, just as your group determines the group's powers. With the project unlocked, the game becomes much more breathable and you can start expeditions from the city and go back to resupply. The skill checks are too expensive, so it's always better just to murder whatever you find, wasting 2 energy per character or a total of 6 to have a skill check fail above 50% or even at 80%, and on top of that getting cursed is never worth it, and they cost too much in my opinion. Being a hero is never rewarding, and with fighting you have all the cards in your hand. The game runs very smooth and looks very good already and is guaranteed to give you a great experience. With new recruits coming in from the city, losing 1 or 2 does become much more bearable. What more secrets the game has to offer I leave for you to explore, but it's definitely a great game to play. Thank you for watching and see you next week to explore the next hidden or upcoming gem, as always every Saturday on Forgotten Games. Subscribe and like the video if you want to see more of these.